My name is Jamal Kinsella, and I work as the Inter-Research Coordinator for InterScience UK, a charity that gets young people from disadvantaged backgrounds into STEM careers. I'm really excited to share my huge passion for mentoring with you all. I've clearly traced my career trajectory based on the key influence of mentors in my life, and now I run the Inter-Research program, where I aim to optimize and improve the mentoring given to minorities in situations similar to mine as a student. As Inter-Research lead, I work with academics to run a year-long program involving workshops, research placement opportunities, and of course, mentoring to 50 students from disadvantaged backgrounds who are considering pursuing a PhD. First, I want to start with the basics of mentoring that I teach to the people that I train to be mentors, just so we all have a good baseline on what a mentor is. So a mentor is an experienced and trusted advisor to someone. They offer guidance and support while establishing and modeling positive behaviors. Essentially, if you are more experienced in a specific area, such as a research career, than someone that you want to help, then you can be a mentor to them. But what makes a good mentor? In my opinion, a good mentor should be themselves, be encouraging, be patient, and be interested. I was once part of a mentor training that said you should be inspiring, and I just fundamentally disagreed with that. To me, the best mentors are authentic because that's what appeals most to people. Your mentees will respond well to authenticity. You don't need a fake and inspiring persona if that is not you. A mentor should be genuine, sharing stories of successes and challenges, bringing a personal element into their mentoring. But essentially, the main job of a mentor is simple but consistent encouragement to their mentees. If you're wondering how to be a better mentor, you may want to consider who got you to where you are today. And if you didn't have anyone like that, what kind of person could have helped you during your development? As we consider this, let me tell you my story of being mentored and then becoming a mentor, of how mentoring has mattered to me and how it could matter to you too. Allow me to take you back in time to 2008. I was an awkward and shy sixth form student. I had a real nerdy streak and was just falling in love with psychology research. But I had tragically low self-esteem. In my mind, I would simply spend my life hiding in a corner of the world, working a basic job that didn't push me out of my comfort zone. But my supportive psychology teacher pushed for me to realize my potential, encouraging me to apply for a Nuffield research placement in Manchester University. I was overjoyed to get in, and it was there that I met my first two mentors. Andrew and Matthew were both great psychology researchers who spent a lot of time building up my confidence. They treated me like a professional researcher, and this fought my imposter syndrome and made me feel like I had a place in research. They gave me practical help in gaining the research skills that I needed, telling me how to read papers, analyze data, design experiments. But most importantly, they helped me with the social and emotional issues that I was facing. They helped me address my low confidence in my own abilities through motivational words and pointing to skills and potential that they had seen me demonstrate. But they also accepted me when I shared my fears openly, making me feel heard and demonstrating both understanding and problem-solving skills in their responses. From Andrew and Matthew, I learned that passion is nothing to hide. I can interact with professionals on their level, and that my concerns are valid and can be worked through. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have applied for competitive universities and considered a career in psychology research. Their influence on me pushed me to go after those same amazing feelings that I got during that placement. And I want everyone who's listening to know that that's how you can make a mentee feel. So I went to university and I was well on track for an academic career. I was much more confident, bold in lectures, very nerdy and proud of it, and always trying to schmooze with researchers. But I didn't really know how to make proper friends. I knew how to show off and brag, or hide in a corner and be studious, but not how to connect with others, despite caring so much about them, because after all, that's why I studied psychology in the first place. But more often than not, I just felt so alienated from my fellow students and other people I was trying to connect with. Later in 2012, Thanks to an academic's recommendation, I got onto the prestigious Amgen Scholars Summer Placement Program, becoming a researcher in Munich, and it was there that I met my next mentor. Yanis stood out to me because he was the opposite of the type of person that I thought I wanted in my life back then. Although a participant on this prestigious program, Yanis wasn't the pretentious academic type that I looked up to. He wasn't studious, he wasn't in my field, and he was a huge flirt. But Yanis was a brilliant communicator, great with people, and always knew how to make everyone, individuals or large groups, feel comfortable, entertained, and happy. He was also confident. He was one of those amazing people who could strike up a conversation with anyone at any time and walk away with a friend or someone's number. At first, I thought this was someone I just enjoyed knowing, but not someone I wanted to become more like. I thought Yanis was cool, so I wanted to spend time with him and maybe pick up a few things, but overall follow my much more traditional academic career path. But as I got to know him more, I realized I enjoyed the person I was most when I was talking with him. I loved the confidence he inspired in me and the passion for anything that helps empower people and create community. Yanis and I did this in the Amgen program through birthday events, science and philosophy talks, and anything we could that would create a community from the disparate group of research students who are all so far away from home. These fun community moments made the program one of the biggest highlights of my life. So from Yanis, I learned, don't discount a mentor just because they're different to you. Be your fullest self, visibly celebrating your successes. And authenticity is a key that unlocks everything else you want. With this new passion for research from my first mentors and community building from Yanis, as well as just this huge boost of confidence that the mentors gave me, it was natural to start my own science community project during my PhD studies. In Southampton, I founded the Science Room, a science community group where questions from the general public formed events and online content. We mainly did this by talking science in an arts cafe every fortnight, but we also ran science busking Ask a Scientist stalls in all sorts of strange places, forests, music festivals, anywhere we could get a stall. Running this for nearly the 4 years I attempted to get a PhD was the biggest highlight of my struggles in my time studying at Southampton. By leaving our institution and the ivory tower of academia, delivering science to the public live in a way that fit their culture, answering their questions, we created a new and welcoming science community in Hampshire and gained a reputation for creating inclusive and positive events. This attracted people from various backgrounds, young and old, and pushed me into a mentor role as I wanted to do the best that I could for the next generation of scientists. I quickly found myself using what I'd learned from my mentors in my own mentoring to undergraduate volunteers who looked to me for guidance and encouragement. My aim as a mentor is to give opportunities and encourage development, both recommending experiences to my mentees for their personal development, but also providing opportunities directly through my SciRoom project in volunteering, organizing events, public speaking, and content creation. Most of all, I just really wanted to see these nervous and nerdy students blossom just as I did. So I was always looking for a proper career where I could support the personal development of young people, just as I did with Science Room, just as my mentors did with me. So after quite some time, I finally became a leader in my work in InterScience UK, helping the next generation in STEM. In this work, I continue to act as a mentor to interns who join our company and ensure I provide opportunities and advice that will aid their development. In the project itself, I'm driven to recruit diverse mentors to ensure that students feel represented and aware of how critical diversity and inclusion is to a positive research culture. Some of our participants will feel immediately reassured by that. Someone like them is thriving in STEM, but some of them will feel challenged by someone that they can't easily understand, whether they're gay or trans, disabled, or from a foreign country to them. In my opinion, both the reassuring and challenging experiences that students can face with diverse mentors are both hugely important to showing the truth of the diverse people behind innovation in STEM. I've been particularly devoted to training our mentors in race and cultural literacy with some brilliant partners, so that universities and other groups can help us improve the inclusivity of research culture. Our mentors run short mentoring sessions to expand on topics relevant to the careers of the inter-research participants. Essentially, all participants attend workshops on topics like analysing papers and constructing a CV. And then they explore those topics deeper in a safe and encouraging environment with their mentors. Through this structure, I aim to keep mentor and mentee interactions as high quality as possible and encourage both parties to learn from each other, as they often come from different backgrounds and therefore can expand each other's horizons, just as mine were many years ago by my mentors. Thank you for listening. It's been an honour to be part of this, and I really hope it's given you something to reflect on the impact of mentoring yourself.